So last time you gave us information about the options available to help finance education at tertiary level. As you know, exam time can also spell anxiety and stress for a lot of learners. Do you have any tips on how an exam candidate can prepare in advance for an exam, Mayimbo?
Yeah, thank you, Steve. At this point, if you're in an examination class, the key word is revision, because obviously you have finished the syllabus. So some tips for revision are make a realistic revision schedule. That should be one of them.
Yeah.
Don't make it too ambiguous to say I'm going to study 10 pages or 100 pages in one day. It's not realistic. So work out how much you have to do and the time you have to do it in, and aim to have a few hours of revision each day. And secondly, find a revision schedule that suits you. Not everyone has the same revision schedule. We are all different, so some study in a quiet room and some in noisy rooms.
Yeah.
Those who prefer to study with music, it's up to you. So you can choose what works best for you. So you have to customize your notes as well. Make them more personal. Experiment with color coding. Some people actually have flashcards and highlighters. So if that works for you, then do it. Make sure you understand everything as well. Before you actually go even deeper, make sure everything you're reading is coherent and you're able to understand. Because that's at the end of the day when you're doing your exams, that's what's going to be coming out. Look at your past exam papers. So that gives you an indication of how you're going to have the setup of the exam coming out. So if you look through past papers, that will give you a very good indication what's going to come.
Yeah.
And then you should take regular short breaks in between your interviews or study. It can be 10 minutes. You can be studying for 3 hours. You have to at least have a 10-minute break in between just to help you
just to refresh.
Yeah. And then you reward yourself as well. You can say get a bar of chocolate after you study, and then
if you like chocolate,
yeah, definitely. you can go and watch a movie or watch series depending on what works for you. And do something physical. Go and work out, go to the gym as well to kill the stress. So it depends on what works best for you. And lastly, if you have problems with seeking help, if you have problems with with your studies, go and seek help from people, isn't it? So you can't be, no man is an island, they say. So whenever you're too stressed, you need someone to talk to, just go and reach out to someone.
All right, that is some very sound advice indeed for a lot of people. So now that you've given us some tips on how to prep before the exam, how about on the actual exam day, D-Day?
On the big D-Day. Okay, yeah. Like let's say today you have an exam, you're about to write an exam in the next few minutes or an hour.
Yeah.
I think just a few tips that we can mention as you approach your exam is, first of all, you should be prepared. Like Mambo mentioned, revision is key. Of course, by now you've revised and you're about to write the exam. So don't panic, be prepared. Start the day, first of all, with taking good care of yourself with a good breakfast. Eat something before you go into an exam. It's very difficult to pay attention or concentrate when you're hungry. So make sure you've had just something just to fill up your stomach and just make sure that everything is okay. Also, you should remember to carry the utensils that you need as you go to an exam. You need your pencils, your pens, your calculators. Don't be worried. If they do allow, maybe, I don't know, some exam settings do allow that you could have a bottle of water with you, or if you need to hydrate whilst you're writing the exam, when you sweat as you write. You could also take a few minutes when you begin the paper to take exams about following the instructions. Read through the questions. They're there. They've allocated enough time for you to be able to go through the questions and even actually answer them. So don't be anxious. Just approach it calmly and go through the instructions. You actually score better marks when you actually follow instructions.
Yes, some people have finished exams and realized that they shouldn't have answered all the questions.
True. So of course you can also have to plan how much time you need to spend on each question. When you look through a question, I think the regular setup is, you've got your section A, B, and C. Go through each section and see, okay, which one is going to be the hardest, which one is going to take the most amount of my time, and just go through it methodically. Bit by bit, you'll be able to chip away at that exam paper. Then once the exam is finished, it's very advisable to don't stress too much about it. Don't focus, go back on, did I get this answer right? Don't try and compare notes. I always used to dislike it when, with fellow classmates, where afterwards there's that one student who's like, oh, but do you know the answer was B on this question?
I never even bother with that. So just walk out and go home.
It's not advisable. So just move on to the next paper. You've done your work, what you can do, and just trust that you've done well.
So how would you motivate candidates, Mayimbo, so that they perform well in their exams?
Thank you, Steve. I would say one should aim high, because hard work in the end pays off. Last week, Northrise University awarded outstanding students during graduation ceremonies that took place last month and also last week. So we had particular schools that we went to. So we awarded certain students. So for those who wish to pursue a program with us and we are facing financial challenges, we offer what you call financial aid, and it ranges from 25% to 75% to eligible Zambian students.
All right, so what would you tell someone who maybe has finished or finishing their exams today, for example?
Okay, I would say if you've done with your exams, of course we know exams just started, but you can carry this message with you up to the end. I would say that that's a job well done on your hard work and your discipline thus far the Lord has brought you. However, the journey is not yet done. Now you're done with exams, you need to be thinking about the future, you need to begin planning for university, and Northrise University is here to give you free and honest career guidance. You can pick up the phone or contact us so that we can be able to guide you to your God-given path. So once again, to the examination classes, all the examination classes of 2022, Northrise University wishes you all the best, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you join us. Dare to Soar.
And text messages coming in here says, I'm a water engineer by profession. I know Northrise University is introducing civil engineering in 2024. I don't know who gave him that leakage. My question is that is it possible that I can apply the same year, or have to wait for a year or two, talking of exemption?
He's talking about exemptions?
Yes.
Okay, so the exemption process, of course, you begin once you've been admitted. You can start submitting your transcript of results to the academics committee, so that they can review and see which exemptions you would apply for. Of course, there's a criteria on our website of how we apply exemptions for various programs, and we're looking forward to you if you want to get some exemptions into the engineering program that will be introduced in the future.
2024. So we've heard. All right, for a thriving career starts with the right foundation. Earn your degree with Northrise University today. Calling, SMSing, or WhatsApping on 0976-622-196, and also visit our website, which is northrise.edu.zm, and download the application form or apply online. You can also visit our Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/Northrise, and can leave a message to start the conversation with our admissions office. Like Willie said, Northrise University, dare to soar.